Damn. As soon as I press record, I gotta take another piss. Um, yeah, I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna just do that. Well, this video is finally out. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I've just kind of been putting it off for a little bit because I started getting just a little bit lazy. I won't lie. I know I still have a few other videos to make up, but those will come out with time. And before we get to it, all the credit for this little series goes to Nico. I'll put up his channel right now. After watching a few videos from his channel, it made me think like, why don't I try doing this? And now we're here trying to do it. I just want to start up a little Minecraft world and just play on it casually. I'm not entirely sure if I plan on beating the game from start to finish while doing this little commentary series, but we'll see. I kind of just started it with no straight up plan. It'll most likely not be um Minecraft in general. It'll likely just be games that I probably play on my own time, but I'll record them, and then I'll just maybe do a voiceover over them while we're doing the series. So I don't even have the submissions up. Alright, so first submission here says, what is your definition of a good person? There is a lot. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to all of these, by the way. But we'll just see how long this video ends up being, and hopefully I can get some feedback from you guys. But my definition of a good person would be someone who's always tries to be good to other people, but also is good to themselves. Because it's not really all about being just good to everyone if you're not good to yourself. You're not getting the satisfaction that you may want or feel as happy if you treat everybody else with kindness, but you're hard on yourself and you do things that aren't for the better of you. So that would probably be my best answer. Next submission is, what is a saying that you tend to repeat to yourself that helps guide you? I don't really have a saying. I mean, I do tell myself like things that I want to hear to motivate me to do things that I'm either too lazy to do, or I know it's a responsibility that I gave myself or that it was given to me. But I don't think I have like a straight saying, like a direct saying. Oh, direct saying. That's a pretty big tree. These are, oh my. But yeah, I don't think you need to have one. I mean, if you do, all power to you. But as long as you're able to motivate yourself and tell yourself that you can do whatever it is you want to do, and you don't need a saying. It's kind of just, I mean, a plus if you do, but yeah. Now, the next submission is, what could you say for people who struggle with enjoying their own presence? It isn't really as simple, I don't think. Because when I saw this question the first time, I thought of it as like, some people probably, in their life have spent so much time around people or around a crowd of people to the point where they find much more value in being alone. But there's others that probably spend most of their life alone, so they don't really process it as a good thing, and they deem isolation as depressing for him. But in general, my answer would be to just try to do something that you find pure enjoyment in doing. If you have hobbies, then I would strongly suggest doing them. Hopefully be able to take your mind off of a lot of things. I don't have okay. That's pretty much all I'd have to say about that. Just try to, do stuff that you actually enjoy doing, not because you feel like you have to, or again, like it's a responsibility. You just actually want to do it. That would be my best advice. Now, the next submission says, how can I stop thinking about people that aren't in my life anymore? Well, for me, I believe a bunch in like out of sight, out of mind. I'm not sure if that necessarily works for everyone, but that's just something that's always worked for me. And also kind of tying my answer in with my last answer that I answered earlier. I just did things that made me feel good. Like healthy things, not any type of like drugs or anything. Not anything to necessarily numb whatever pain I was feeling. Which is why I feel like it's so important to have hobbies, because without hobbies, I mean, you're gonna become dependent on other things such as like people and other people and relationships, and that usually doesn't end well. Okay. That's not a submission. The next actual submission is bad things happening before a big change a sign to give up? I don't think in any case really that a bad thing happening before like a big change should be a sign of anything negative, especially you just giving up. I'll give an example actually. I'm oh god, that's a lot of creepers. Now, obviously we're all human, which means that we all have a dream of some sort. So, with keeping that in mind, if we all have, oh my god, if we all have dreams, I don't think letting or preventing yourself from fulfilling those goals or those dreams that you have just because something bad happened is the right thing to do. Because bad things are going to happen regardless. Now, whether it's bad timing or not, that's not really up to you, because those bad things aren't really on a set timer. Things just happen because they do. It's really just a part of life. To answer your question, no, and I don't think in any way, shape, or form should it be a sign to give up at all. Okay, that's a lot of okay. I'm going to get out of here. The next submission is, would you redo your teenage years? Is there any differences you'd make? Well, no, I don't think I would. I mean, granted, my teenage years are technically not over yet, but from the years that I have gone through so far, I don't think it's that necessary to have to redo all of them. I mean, yeah, like, I did have some things happen that I wish would have never happened, but I feel like those bad things happen just as often to other people. I don't think that I'm some sort of victim to the universe and those bad things only happen to me. I feel like it happens to most people growing up around the same age that I am. So no, I definitely wouldn't redo my teenage years. But if I was to redo my teenage years, the things that I would do different, I would probably just try and maintain a more positive mindset and attitude, and like keep it. You know, not give in to whatever negative stuff I had going on at that moment. Now, the next submission is, do you think you'll ever outgrow your friends? How do you feel about this? I I'm pretty positive that I most likely wouldn't. To be honest, I always saw myself as like the person that get outgrown by most of the friends that I've like always had. But that's doesn't really have anything to do with them per se. It was more of I've always like saw myself as a replaceable person when I was initially growing up. So that kind of always just stuck to me in a way, and it would affect me mentally in pretty negative ways because I would start to just not talk to people and avoid people at all costs. The next submission is, how important are these three? Friendship, familial relationships, and romantic ones. Well, I would say all three are pretty important and play a very big role in everyone's life. I'm not sure if you need all three in life, if that makes sense. I think you're still capable of finding all the fulfillment that a person needs in life with maybe just one of those two things. Now, which one or two specifically, kind of is up to you. People place value in those things a lot differently than others. So some people would find friendships more important or family more important than anything else, and vice versa, whatever. But I would try to refrain from thinking that way and treating them as equal but effective, all in the same way. Because I do genuinely believe that you can find all the fulfillment that you're looking for. Ow. The next submission is, what was the lowest point of your life? I won't get into too much detail. That's too boring. But a few summers ago, I had gotten cheated on by the first girl that I ever actually was in a serious long-term relationship with. That was pretty much it. Because I had allowed myself to get lied to a bunch, and that was what really hurt after finding out that the truth, basically. After finding out what really happened and realizing how I got lied to and having to get over all of that, it was rough. It took me a while to get me back on my feet and focus on the things that were actually important. Can I just get this block, please? No. Okay. I'll just. It's fine. Now the next mission is, what? Oh, sorry. Do you think people can change their nature? I think people are capable of changing a lot more than they think. People are always going to be capable of doing much more than they actually believe. and it'll all come down to whether they allow themselves to believe that or not. I do think that people can change their nature, but you have to allow yourself to go through such change, because it's not gonna be something that's super easy or will happen overnight. Will likely take a decent amount of time for you to actually change something, whether it's your nature or whatever it may be that you actually want to change, like genuinely change for the better. It'll always take a lot of time, patience, and effort. The next submission is, what's an apology you haven't said? I'm trying to think of a more serious one, but I kind of can't, so I'll just leave it at, I stole a chocolate bar from my brother when he was doing a school fundraiser and selling chocolate bars, and I lied and said that it wasn't me. Next submission says, what does your ideal life look like? How do I get out of here? My ideal life, I definitely want to, have like YouTube involved and just doing everything that I've always wanted to do. Not limiting myself, and just having a happy and peaceful life when I grow older, with hopefully the same people that I stick around now, and maybe other people that I meet in the future that I end up caring about. Next submission is, have you ever... Okay. Alright. Alright. The actual next submission is, when is the most prominent time you felt misunderstood, and how did you get over it? The one time that I could recall does go back to the answer for what was my lowest point, the lowest point in my life. So I'll just make it quick again, because I don't want to bore anyone with too many details, but I essentially had gotten a lot of dirt put on my name. I'm not entirely sure if it was from the girl that I dated, or just from her friends or whoever it may be. But everyone who knew about, well, everyone knew about it. But for the people who asked, like, why me and her split up, the reason everyone was told was that I was treating her bad, and I wasn't treating her well enough, not giving her what she deserved. So I had felt this weird shift of energy from certain people. People that I didn't know, and other people that I knew enough to be on talking terms with. And it had gotten so bad that I decided that I shouldn't really even bother on trying to, defend myself, because everyone already believed what they were told the first time. I completely forgot the second part of the submission. I got over it by just not caring, if I'm being totally honest. I didn't do anything special. I just got over it and decided not to really involve myself with people who think it's fine to just hear one side of the story and not hear the other, or not hear an explanation about anything. The next submission says, how do you define success, and do you consider yourself successful? I would define success by how fulfilled you are with your own life. for me, I don't have a one size fits all like indication for success. If you feel that money is what's gonna give you that fulfillment of success, then let it be that. Or if you think having lovable people in your life is successful enough for you to consider yourself successful, then by all means you should consider yourself successful. That's how I would consider success. And I don't necessarily feel successful yet. I feel like to be successful at the age that I am is honestly impossible. I don't think that would be possible. It does take a lot of time to work towards, genuine success. At least for the success that I'm thinking of for myself. Next submission is my favorite movie. Yikes, that might not actually get answered. I'm so sorry. If I really don't know, I'm taking this. I genuinely do not know. One that does come to mind is Brothers in Arms. I'm pretty sure it's called. It's a war movie and it has Nicolas Cage in it. That's pretty much all I can tell you about the movie. It is a very nice movie though. I enjoyed it a lot and I've watched it multiple times as a kid. Now, the next submission is, what type of music are you into? I don't really have a specific type. I started kind of diving into a bunch of different music genres. Oh, sorry. I just need to sleep real quick. Just take a little nap. But like, I mean, even naming the genres is not the simplest thing, because I feel like for the most part I don't even really know what the genres are usually. It's just music. Some genres would be like pop, indie, rock, hip hop, R&B. I can't think of any other genres. The last submission for this video is, what is your darkest secret? Well, I can't tell you guys that. I'll tell you guys my darkest secret when we're at 100k subs. How about that? Actually, yeah, you know what? 100k subs. I'll tell you guys my deepest and darkest secret. Just make sure you click that button though. It's right there. It's literally right there. But besides all that, those are all the questions you guys have for me for this episode. I'm not entirely sure how often you guys want videos from this series. I was thinking like every 2 weeks, so like a bi-weekly upload of this, but your feedback would be very much appreciated. And oh my god, are you okay? It doesn't matter. I keep getting distracted. It's a good friend of mine right here. Yeah, so once again, I appreciate all of you. Stay healthy, and I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye.